What is up, people? It is me, Monster58, and welcome back to another episode of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. In the last part, what we ended up doing is we ended up unlocking a new form of the jammer on the racer side of the career, and we just continued some more cop and racer events in both the Rapid Deployment Unit as well as the Super Series. And in this episode, we're going to continue doing more of those events, working our way towards the next tier of events for both the cops and the racer career. So really exciting stuff there. And if you give me a sec to check, I'm just going to look at the events we started off. Actually, I believe we started off with racer events. Never mind. So we're good. So let's start off with cop events. So I believe we have an interceptor here. We have a rapid response here, and we have a hot pursuit here. I think to start off something quick, let's do the rapid response and see what we can do here. We haven't driven the DBS. We haven't driven the Super Snake yet. I think we'll drive the Super Snake here this time around, and I will record this bio. I'll see you guys in the event. Alright, getting into a quick rapid response. Nothing too crazy here. Just going to remain pretty concentrated, making sure we get this gold medal. Let's see what we can do.
Require assistance on Oakmont Valley.
You know, one thing I definitely underestimated with the Shelby is I didn't realize how much horsepower this thing made in this generation, meaning that the newest generation of Shelby is even crazier than I actually thought of, you know, when you sit down and you think of it. So, pretty awesome stuff there. And, of course, I run into a new wall. Ah, man. Can't avoid it, man. Even when I'm concentrating a bit and I'm trying to really focus on making sure that I don't hit anything, even when I'm remaining quiet and not commentating, I still hit stuff because the freaking Let's Play curse is in it, right? I think we should be good though. 4 miles, almost 2 minutes. Yeah, I think we got these two circle junctions here, and then we'll be able to. If these go well, then it should be fine because there's only 2 of these, and then a little bit after the last one. Pretty much a straight shot to the end, so. Surprisingly enough, this car actually drives pretty well in Need for Speed. Obviously, it's an arcade racer, but at the end of the day, you wouldn't expect a muscle car to be this decent at, you know, cornering. These things are usually just designed to go straight and nothing else, which is why even the Challenger Demons and the Charger Demons, Hellcats, those cars do not feel great going around corners compared to other cars. Those things feel like boats. Oh yeah, we got 1.5 miles and we got a minute left. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Let's go. There we go. Nice. Nothing too crazy. Could have definitely been faster if I had actually, you know, driven correctly. But that doesn't usually happen. Alright, we got a new vehicle. Let's take a look at what we got here, fellas. The M3... for the Highway Patrol unit, which is really interesting. I'm glad we finally got the ability to unlock that. Very cool. But nothing that we're going to be really driving anytime super soon because, well, we're not really doing those events anymore. And I think to end off the cop events, let's get into the hot pursuit. Let's see what we got. Since we haven't driven the DBS, let's go ahead and drive the DBS. I think that's the only other car we haven't driven, right? Yeah, that we have unlocked at least, so. You know, when it comes to Aston Martin, I think the one thing that people kind of, at least these days, that I think that Aston Martin does that's really smart and, you know, it's part of all business is the fact that they use Mercedes switchgear in their cars, a lot of the stuff that they use, which is really nice, in my opinion, to be able to do that because it just saves them cost. They don't have to make it in-house and stuff. And by the way, the stuff that Aston Martin has been revealing over the last, few months with, it's not the, I don't remember if it was the Valhalla, but whatever their crazy new car that they're releasing is, that's, umpteen millions of dollars, and it's super lightweight, super fast. That car's crazy. I remember seeing some reveal videos on it. I just can't remember its name. We don't have many weapons to take care of these guys. Luckily, wow, that guy got half health immediately. Damn it, I thought I could hit that guy. Let's see. Go up to this Porsche. We'll set a block just to get some of these cars. Oh, that guy took a... Aw, oh, man, I missed that. I was paying attention to the Gallardo over there on the right, so I didn't even notice the Porsche. I'm throwing a helicopter as well. No, I missed. I missed both. No, 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 no. Oh, wow, that Porsche's almost gone. Okay, so that won't be... Yeah, so we'll take this guy out first. Get rid of this guy. Alright. Nice. One down. I think like 5 to go. He's on the other side. Yeah. Here's the guy Ardo. And I'm not paying attention because I'm looking on the other side because I'm stupid. Someone just said spike strip. Oh, are you kidding me? No way, man. I'm so... That's a block.
All units, roadblock in position ahead.
Are you kidding me? The helicopter's supposed to drop it in the center of the lane, man. Not on the edge like that. I guess it just slid over. That's annoying. I know that happens in this game, but I didn't expect it to happen there. Right, this guy Ardo's Oh, I got it. Alright, thank you, helicopter, for making up for setting a spike strip. And that guy's gone too, because I got him in the cutscene. Alright, GTR, we got 4 left. Nice, that guy's gone. Spike strip I completely avoided because of the cutscene. Got a Black Series Merc here, which I love these cars, by the way. Nice. I'll just keep going. I'll just keep going.
Roger that. 1073 approved. Roadblock units competing directly ahead of you.
I think the best place to set roadblocks are right after shortcuts. Piss. Jeez. I couldn't see what was happening. The freaking smoke, man. Speaking of BMWs, because I believe this is M6, I went to a Cars and Coffee recently, and actually, like, literally, like, 2 or 3 days ago, for my first time going to a Cars and Coffee. That was awesome. And the one thing that I loved about it was it was an old M6, and it was during the eras of the big 3 German companies doing V10s in their big saloons and their coupes. No, man. And so we were talking about it. I was like talking to a few people there, and we were like, yeah, it's really funny how Audi has like these sleeper saloons, because you would never expect to get in there and then start revving the engine and then just unloading and just never realizing that, like putting your foot on the gas and then realizing, hey, that's a V10 in there. And it sounds like a Lamborghini when you're in one of the most understated vehicles ever, like in an Audi, right? So we found that funny. We were laughing and talking about that. That was some fun there. And speaking of the M6, like I was trying to say, I don't know why it left my mind. There was an old M6 there that was definitely one of the V10s, and the thing was ripping, dude. It was ripping, revving. That thing was awesome. It was like cannon fire, like, to quote from Top Gear. It was insane. Come on,
That's confirmed. Your roadblock is in position.
I think this will help me get through the block without too much of a hitch, yeah. Oh, and you got busted by the roadblock. Let's go, nice. But yeah, I thought that was super cool, and I had a wonderful time. If you guys have an opportunity, if you guys are car people and you have an opportunity to go to a Cars and Coffee in your area, or at least near your area, I definitely recommend doing that. It's a blast. You get to meet a lot of like-minded people, and the Cars and Coffee I went to was very welcoming. Very, very welcoming atmosphere. Very, very positive. I really, really enjoyed it. We got the SRT 10 ACR, dude. I miss the Viper so much. I saw an SRT Viper GTS on at Cars and Coffee. God, these things are they're so striking IRL. It's crazy. I love the Viper. And it makes me just miss the old Viper even more. I mean, just makes me miss the car even more in general, so. Alright, we're getting into racer events. Let's go for a race. We have the Cabriolet. Oh, it's only Porsches. Okay. Since I haven't driven the Cabriolet, might as well drive it. Let's go with tried and true blue. Let's go with the blue right here. Again, since this is a race, you'll be seeing me cutting out unless I'm making commentary, conversation, stuff like that. So, we'll see you guys in just a second. In this game, I will also quote, when it comes to the Porsches, I think I've said this before in a previous video, but these things handle like a dream. So if you're looking for some of the best handling cars in the game, they're definitely the Porsches. by a long shot. The Lamborghinis are actually pretty good as well, but if you really want the best handling in this game, pretty much all the Porsches handle very, very well. You know, the other thing about Cars and Coffee that I think is really important as car people to go to one of those events at some point in your life, if you ever get the opportunity to, is a community, man. It feels like I was a part of it. Even if though it was my first time there, I had a good chunk of the people that we met and that we talked to. I went with a buddy of mine. Even that guy got annihilated. Even though that was the case, that it was the first time of us going, a lot of people that were regulars too, they welcomed us with open arms. And I'm not saying that that's going to be the same across every Cars and Coffee. You're going to always have those other types of people that are not going to be nice, right? Or that are going to make fun of you, stuff like that. But here, it was just a really, really welcoming community. And I was so happy that no matter what you drove, as long as you were a car person, welcomed you with open arms. It was such a fun event. And it was a small turnout for them, but especially in the area that me and my buddy live in. We live in different towns, but in the areas that we live in, we don't get that type of car scene at all, and so it was refreshing. Very, very refreshing. And we were talking about this too, to take it back to the game. I just do not like cabriolets because they ruin cabriolets, roadsters. The only time I like the only time I like convertibles is if they have hardtop convertibles. Soft tops just ruin the silhouette. And they were talking about this too. I remember Top Gear and Jeremy Clarkson was talking about this with the SLS Roadster, SLS AMG Roadster. I remember he was talking about this, how like because the original car had gull wings and the convertible version couldn't have those, it kind of ruined the weight distribution and ruined the handling of it. So another new car, the Carrera GT, guys. We finally unlocked one of my favorite cars of all time, and again, one of the greatest to have ever been built. This, man, I can't get over this car. I'm gushing over it. I love this car so much. Alright, finishing off with that conversation, looking at the other events, we want to end off with the bank, because I don't want it to be too boring of an episode, so let's see what we can do to spice things up, and I think we'll just do this gauntlet, which will have us drive the Lamborghini Countach, which is really, really exciting. So, let's take a look. I'm going to go with the tried and true red, because that's one of my favorite colors.
Countach is an exclamation of astonishment that a man from Piedmont, northern Italy, might make when seeing an extremely beautiful woman. Allegedly, this was the word that Nuccio Bertoni uttered when he first saw the design, and the name stuck. A single prototype was built and shown at the 1971 Geneva Motor Show. The first Countach, with a few necessary design modifications, including much larger air intakes on the car's rear shoulders, was delivered in 1974. Although not the first wedge-shaped car design, it is undoubtedly the most famous and was the must-have pin-up car of the 80s. A total of 676 Countach LP 5000 QVs were built between 1985 and 1988, with the Countach being replaced by the Diablo in 1990. Improvements to the engine were made throughout the Countach's lifetime. With the LP 5000 QV, the V12 engine received 4 valves per cylinder, hence the QV, Quattro Valvole name, and an increase in engine capacity to 5.2 liters. The 6 double carburetors were moved from the side to the top, which improved engine breathing, but reduced rear visibility to near zero.
You know, if you guys can't tell by now, I'm a bit of a Lambo big fan. I guess Lambo fanboy, right? And yeah, that might be pretty cliche of a car guy. You know, you'd think I'd be interested in something much more niche, I guess, but I grew up with Lamborghini, guys. For those of you who don't know, I guess to get a little bit personal, I don't know if you guys can relate. When it comes to Lamborghini taught me how to spell. I would always buy toy cars when I was a kid, and I remember there's a pharmacy that's near my house that's still here to this very day. But the difference is, like, what ended up happening is every time we went there, they sold like those, I think like 48 scale toy cars there that they had like metal. It was either like that or 132. I can't remember the scale. But one of the ones I got when I was a kid was a Murcielago, and my mom would always ask me to spell both Lamborghini and Murcielago to test my spelling because that was how I learned, and part of that was also pronunciation. Part of that was also learning colors and stuff like that. So, as a kid, Lamborghini has always held a special place in my heart because of those very reasons. Oh God, what was that? A traffic car. Get a little closer. Thanks. Get wrecked. A little compromise there, but we're okay. Another cop waiting for me. I think it's probably the Shelby that I just absolutely ruined. Yeah. Get the hell out of here. I'm trying to get rid of it just so we have one less cop on our tail. I'm gonna take a shortcut here, and go right in the cave. I don't know if he'll cross the road to get to me. No, he'll stay on the road. Okay. It just keeps me away from him a little bit longer, which is why I like taking this shortcut here. It keeps me away from the cops a bit longer, preventing them from hitting me, especially if they don't take the shortcut. 5 miles, 5 miles in 2 minutes. I think we should still be good. Luckily, I think they give you due bit. I believe they luckily give you a bit more leeway with the time in terms of like estimating how long it would take you to get there, giving you a goal because, well, that guy just got owned, but getting chased by cops, right? You gotta account for things like this, right? Like me being, I don't know, what am I doing? Jesus, man. Let's keep going. Also, speaking of cars and coffee, we'll take it back to that conversation. I saw the new WRX, and don't get me wrong, to each their own. You know, but at the end of the day, car guys, oh well, when it comes to anything, I think anybody has opinions, especially if they're passionate about it. And for me, when it comes to cars, I'm much more blunt than I am with a lot of other things. If I don't like it, I'm going to say I don't like it. And I didn't obviously say it in front of any of the owners who own them. And again, to each their own. If you like it, you like it. I'm not going to tell you different. I don't like the new WRX. I don't. I kind of loathe how it looks. The fenders look really tacky, like extremely tacky. It just does not. They don't look good. It makes the car look cheap. Uh-oh. And I missed the shortcut. I know it's 0.3, but might as well use it. Ooh, there we go. Nice. That was a good place to end it. We got a new car too. So go what we got. Haha, the Countach. I believe we also unlocked a new car regardless of getting the Countach or not, so. Oh, no, we didn't. Okay. Well, that wasn't the most entertaining episode, and I apologize for that, but we're just, again, trying to push through these events to get to the higher level events. But other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, follow me on the socials linked in the description below. On the next episode in Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, we will be continuing to push through both the cop and the racer careers to hopefully hit the next tier of events for both of those careers. So again, I thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I will catch you all in the next video, and I'll leave you to the bios. Peace out.
The Super Snake is a package offered by Shelby to enhance the power and looks of the Ford Shelby GT500. Everything a balls-to-the-wall muscle car needs. With an increase of 16 horsepower of boost on the Whipple supercharger, the peak power of the 5.4-liter V8 has been increased from 550 bhp at 6,500 RPM to 750 bhp at 6,200 RPM. If the driver is able to harness all this extra power, they will complete the standing quarter mile in 12 seconds flat, with a speed of 120 miles per hour at the line. The hood is now one giant air scoop designed to push as much air into the supercharger as possible. A prominent carbon fiber splitter can also be seen, which will certainly help push the front tires into the road when trying to corner while accelerating. Put your head between clouds. The Alfa Romeo 8C Spider is a limited edition convertible derived from the limited edition 8C Competizione. With only 500 cars being built and a price of $240,000 when new, this car is already exclusive and destined to become a classic Alfa Romeo Spider. The 4.7-liter V8, situated just behind the front wheels, is capable of developing 450 bhp at 7,000 RPM, enough to propel the car to 60 miles per hour in under 4.5 seconds, and onto a top speed of 180 miles per hour. From the 1950s Giulietta Spider or the legendary Duetto, made famous from the 1967 film The Graduate, Alfa Romeo Spiders have always been acknowledged as some of the most beautiful cars in the world.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can